Well, Keeper, I'm a little under the weather today, so excuse my voice. But we've been hard at it sanding. We've got all the little spots filled all the way around it. Then we went all around it with 220 sandpaper, and then back around it with 320 sandpaper. Went ahead and cleaned up under the hood and the jam, pulled your glass out, prepped around there, down under your glass. We sealed and fixed and seam sealed all that. So now all the inside's ready to coat. All the outside is ready for our high build. Now when we put this next stage of high build on it, which we're fixing to do here in a minute, it's a beige color, so it's going to look kind of white. And then we'll have to sand all that white down, and we'll guide coat it down, and then it'll be ready to paint. So let's get this thing in the booth, and I'll show you what it looks like when we get it primed. Well, Keeper, we're trying to keep this down to a scuff and shoot, but there's some things about it that we just can't let go. When we got the sand on your doors here, where both top door hinges go, the door was cracked from here to here and cracked from here to here. So I had to go in there and weld that, grind that down, and refill it. And then while I was doing that, we went ahead and sanded all this down. Now we got to notice as we were sanding down what they had here, I'm 90% sure that this is nothing but primer. It sands like primer, it looks like primer, it dusts up like primer, it's not seeding my paper like paint would normally do. So like I say, I'm 99% sure that they just used nothing but black primer for this outer surface. Then on the inside of the doors, I've got those sanded. I've done a little bit of Duraglassing on them. You really can't see it there, but we fixed a few little dents there. This door was pulled out a little bit on your handle right there, and then it was broke as well right here. Broke here, broke there. Inside on both doors where the vent window comes up, it was broke, so I've welded both of those spots, and I just couldn't let those go. I had to fix those. Your tailgate, we got all your harness and actuation mechanisms out of there for your latch, and that was completely jacked up and loose and flopping. It looked like maybe this tailgate had been set in the mud or the water on its end for a long period of time, because one of these latches was just extremely corroded up. So I'm going to go in there and clean all that out and get that fixed. And then over here at your truck, you can see we've got it in the beige primer. We've sanded all this about like we did on the doors, and I've seam sealed everywhere it needs seam sealing. And now I'm just letting this shrink and let all the solvents get outgas out of it. And then we're going to cut this, and then this should be ready to paint. And then hopefully today we're going to put this same beige high build on these doors, and they'll be shrinking and curing while we're cutting and prepping this one, and then hopefully we'll be ready to paint here for long. So we're going to get back to these doors, and we're going to get those doors primed today. Well, Keeper, finally the time has come to get some primer on these things. They have just absolutely killed us. I've ended up welding in about 7 different places. All inside here was broke, and the face of this was broke, and just the block and the ceiling, I just couldn't let it go. So now I've got them down in a pretty good shape right here, and I'm fixing to put the high build on here, and I'm going to show you what this looks like, this high build going on. And then this will finally close this can of worms and body work they got.